Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. You know, they were friends for over 20 years, and now Ashton Kutcher is doing the same thing as many other of Diddy so-called friends. He's denying him. He's feeling like he was bamboozled by the friendship, manipulated, taken advantage of, and lied to. Listen, I get it. Who wants to be named in the same sentence as Diddy these days? Probably nobody except his family and his kids. But when you were friends with somebody for 20 years and you trying to tell me in 2 decades you never saw not an inkling, not an inch of their sinister behavior, it's the lies you tell. Ashton, go sit down somewhere. Listen, you're the man that initially wrote a letter for your friend, what was his name? Danny Masterson from that 70s show, who was accused of S crimes also. You and your wife sat down and took a pen and paper and wrote a letter to the judge talking about that's not who we knew. He's a good person. Let him out. Be lenient on him. Give him a light sentence. And now you want to tell us how Diddy bamboozle you? Go sit down somewhere. And I like you, Ashton, but you need to stop. I can't do this with these people. Now, listen, let's go ahead and get more into this story. Hold on one second. So inside Sean Diddy Combs and Ashton Kutcher's 20-year friendship after the actor is linked to jail stars freak offs following arrest on sex charges. That's those two. So Sean Diddy Combs and Ashton Kutcher met in the early 2000s. Sean Diddy Combs and Ashton Kutcher's friendship immediately formed after they met on the set of Punk'd on an MTV hidden camera TV series in the early 2000s. In a 2019 interview, the 46-year-old That 70s Show alum revealed how they became fast friends. Fast friends. It started over Punk because he's like, yo, you can't punk me. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. So that started our conversation, he said on Hot Ones. Now, Combs and Kutcher open up about their first phone call. In a 2018 appearance on a Late Show with James Corden, Combs and Kutcher spoke about their first phone call prior to their initial meeting. The rapper said at the time, I gave him a call one day and I said, I heard you going to punk me. And I just don't think that's a good idea. Kutcher replied, I think it was some version of, if you do that, that will not end well for you. But I think we should work out a deal. Kutcher gushed about their friendship. Now, this is Ashton Kutcher when he was with Demi Moore, and that's Diddy. And Ashton Kutcher, I thought it was a cute movie, was on in that movie Guess Who, which featured Kutcher and the late Bernie Mac, was released in March 2005. Kutcher's relationship with Combs helped him become part of the Guess Who cast. The actor said in 2006, our friendship had made me realize that people are becoming comfortable with something that's still very uncomfortable. He added, when I was hanging out with Sean, people couldn't comprehend why this iota farm lad was associated with this hip hop tycoon from New York. But it wasn't because he was a hip hop mogul and I was a farm boy. It was because he was black and I was white. It was as simple as that. If he was a white hip hop artist from New York, no one would have batted an eye. They deepened their friendship over the years. In another interview, the No Strings Attached star recalled one time when Combs went for a run. We had paparazzi all around us at the time. He's like, you got to slow down, but make it look like you're not slowing down because I don't want to look like I'm not going to be able to finish this thing. He was losing it, Kutcher, noting Combs was upset when he got skunked at the time. The incident made the record producers start training for the New York Marathon. As Kutcher refused to comment on Combs' parties. When asked about Combs' infamous gatherings in an interview, Kutcher dropped a vague, thought-provoking response. I got a lot I can't tell, he said of the notorious parties. Photos featuring Kutcher and Combs previously resurfaced, showing the duo hanging out at LA's SoFi Stadium. While Kutcher reportedly attended some of Combs' bashes in the past, including his famed Labor Day White Party in the Hamptons, there's no indication the movie star ever attended a freak-off party. where Kutcher and Combs' friendship stands now. Kutcher has been relatively silent ever since Combs' controversy started coming to light. Ashton absolutely regrets his friendship. Ain't that something? When with Diddy considering what has happened, a source told the Daily Mail after Combs' arrest. The insider added he feels lied to. Lied to? In 20 years, you didn't know who this man was, what he was about? When you attended some of these parties, and I ain't even calling a freak off party, just some of the parties, you couldn't see what was what? Betrayed, taken for granted, and manipulated. Now Diddy has manipulated grown men, women. Come on now, sir. He feels the same way about jail co-star Danny Masterson. He now trusts no one except for his wife, Mila Kunis. He is going to keep his circle to his family. He's going to keep his circle to his family now after, it comes to light that, listen, I don't think it's an accident that you happen to have friends, two of them, Diddy and this Danny Masterson, that are accused of similar type crimes, and you just happen to have the misfortune of having people as such in your circle. Ashton, I like you, but miss me with the nonsense. And I used to love that show, Pump. Everybody now, they're trying to rewrite history. And they're trying to rewrite the part of their history that has to do with Diddy. Here's the thing about life. We don't have no time clock. We can't go back in time. We can only live in the now. You can only impact what you are doing right now. You can apologize to people for what you may have done in the past, but you can't go back in the past and correct what has already been done. So Ashton, you should have just stayed silent, stay hanging with your family, not said a word. And I want to send this memo and message to everybody. It is okay to say, yes, I was friends with so-and-so. Yes, I never saw that side of them. I have friends that like to party, and I'm not talking about anything sinister. They like to party. They like to get drunk. They don't drink and drive. They like to have a good time. And some of them like to do whatever they do with whomever they do it with. I ain't got no judgment. But I don't do said things with them. And I never physically, with my eyes, seen them do said things. They may tell me when the next day, girl, last night, and I'll be like, you crazy. I don't have to, if I ever find out that part of their story that they left out is when they did something more sinister, I don't have to deny my whole friendship or decades of friendship with them. I could just tell if somebody asked me and I feel like telling, I can tell, listen, I knew them. I knew they liked to party. I knew they liked to drink. I did not know they liked to go that far. And it's very unfortunate because the side of that person I know is not the side that people are currently talking about. It's just that easy and that simple. And you can legit say, I still love the person I knew, but I don't love this person I'm hearing about. And I would have never been close knitted and associated with a person that is being accused of such things. If you ever go watch documentaries on these serial unalivers, on these serial aurors, some of them literally had wives and kids. And they went to church. And they lived in communities where their neighbors was like shocked that that person was accused of doing said things. The church would be like, oh my God, they came every Sunday. They served the people. Who had a clue? It is very well possible that you could be friends with a monster and not know that they're a monster. But when you want to rewrite history, or they manipulated me, lied to me, and I never did this and that, Ashton, stop. Stop. If you're going to talk the truth. You partied with this man. You hung with this man. You wrote a letter for the other man. After you heard, maybe you didn't know about Danny in real time, but after you heard all the things he was accused of, you wrote a letter to the judge, and it wasn't to the backlash that you got that you tried to back away from it, and you and your wife moved out of Hollywood. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the latest person backing down and denying Diddy. Diddy ain't done with the denials. They coming for his neck. Nobody wants to be associated with Sean Diddy Combs. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button. Chat with me in the comments. I will chat back, and I'll see you on the next video.